Netflix right now is kind of in the shit. I'm not a big fan of most of the shit they come out with, like, who gives a damn about a tall girl? I wanted to talk about a unique show that they've recently come out with called Love, Death and Robots. It's an anthology series with the main theme being pretty much love, death and robots. It has at least one of them in the episode, and it's usually mostly death. I don't know why they love doing cruel death in that show.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
What I love, death and robots. I don't know why I did that. That was so trash. What I love most about the series, each episode shows a universe and a story, and it makes you believe that this specific episode has been actually like going on for years, like a 4-series epic or something. It doesn't have a linear story, but I think that's amazing because usually anthology series are just short stories with awesome stuff, you know, and it makes you want to watch more. Starting with my personal favorite, Sonnies Edge, an underground fighting rink with kaijus piloted by humans, which is pretty badass. Our main character Sonny is asked by an organizer to throw the match. Sonny declines, leaving Squidward quite sad. I love the feeling of the atmosphere in this episode. I love the animations as well, and the design of the kaijus and the people around it is quite incredible, to be fair. Especially the neon lights, which is my personal favorite touch to this. Another great episode, The Witness. Starting out with gunshots, our character looks through the window after messing up her makeup and she sees a man looking straight at her. The man himself realizes that the person looking at him is the one he killed on the floor. This is quite a funny, not really funny. It's actually nowhere near funny. What the fuck?
You wanna see some pussy?
This is actually quite a interesting sort of chase episode with a murder mystery tied into it, and the animation is quite amazing. I think it's like a pop-out comic book. The onomatopoeias that you see around the episode is quite incredible one. I recommend this one. Pop Squad, a world where people live forever and there is an overpopulation of humanity. It doesn't really tell you, but you can already tell. We have a fellow detective whose job seems to be eliminating children. Soon after, he starts to question why he does this inhumane job. This episode is quite interesting because it talks about life and death and why people live forever and why people choose in this day and age to have children. It's a bit slow, but it does pick up towards the end, and I think it's quite incredible. Dialogue especially is quite great. Mason's Rat. This is just a fun one. Mason Rat is basically a Scottish farmer who seems to be having a rat infestation, but these rats are quite smart. He calls in an expert, and the experts mention that this is just evolution taking place. He decides to give him some turrets, and then the turrets get messed up, and then he decides to give him a freaking tank. It's quite scary. It's actually quite scary what it does. Like, look at this shit. There are plenty more episodes in the series, like 3 Robots, Bad Traveling, Night of the Mini Dead, which is a pretty funny one, to be fair. Zima Blue, which is actually the same animation style as the Apex trailer for Seer. Lucky 13, Automated Customer Service, and that's just a few. As I mentioned, it creates a pocket universe and little bits of information that makes you believe that this has been going on for years. And I wish we had more episodes this season, but I can understand that each one is probably difficult and different to make. All different types of animations. Some may look similar but have a different style to it. And that's why I love Death and Robots. That's such a bad pun. So yeah, but oh man, what a show. Please give this a watch, honestly.